Hello everybody and welcome to another general vlog video. Hopefully this one won't be as long of a video as the one about how to live after having a heart attack video. But this is basically going to be a video, as I'm sure you've already read by the title, how to live after being diagnosed with diabetes. So just a quick rundown. If you want to know the whole history, go back and watch the one How to Live Without It After Having a Heart Attack, blah, 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 blah. So, about 5 weeks ago, I had a heart attack. And the heart surgeon, when I went into the emergency room, said, hey, did you know he's a diabetic? Like, no, sir. He's like, well, that's what caused your heart attacks or heart attack. And yes, I had two. The second one was my fault. Um, I didn't take the pills. Yeah, imagine that. Anyways, go back and watch that video to figure all that part out. So, I get out of the hospital and, the first thing that they want to do, and I can't stress enough that I had pre-signs of being a diabetic. I knew them. Uh, and we'll go over a few of those. So just in case you're sitting there and you're thinking, why am I watching this? I'm not diabetic. Oh, but wait a minute. I have a lot of those illnesses or those symptoms, I guess I should say symptoms. So first and foremost is how I thought that I was like if I ate a candy bar. Wake up in the morning, grab a Pepsi and a candy bar, and that's my breakfast. I would instantly, after I ate it and drank the pop, get tired and feel like I wanted to take a nap, even though I had just got up. Also, sometimes I would see spots in front of my eyes after that. But if I ate something salty or something more substantial first, then it wasn't too bad. Sorry, that's my phone. Then it wasn't too bad. When I took a nap, it was like I would crash after having, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I was drinking 8 Pepsis a day and going through boxes of Ho-Hos and Twinkies and all that good stuff, because I was. Uh, I'm a grown adult. I live by myself other than my kids, and there was nobody here to tell me no. Hold on just one second so I can check that and make sure that it isn't one of my kids. All right, and it wasn't one of my kids. So, where was I? I don't even remember now. But anyways, like I said, it was like I would crash after having sugar. Uh, when I took naps, I didn't feel rested. When I slept at night, I didn't feel rested. Uh, when I would wake up, it would take me longer to wake up than normal. Uh, I didn't know that all of that was signs of being a diabetic, but a lot of it was. So if you've got any of those signs, please go get checked. It's not that big of a deal to go get checked. So even though I was going through a heart attack at the same time, and that comes with its own, like I said, go back and watch that video. Maybe I'll put a link to it down below. But I should probably post these like on a weekend, like one will come out Saturday, one will come out Sunday, which will probably be next weekend, because we're already into the weekend now. Um, I was dealing with problems on that, and both mentally and physically. But finding out you're a diabetic brings its own problems, both mental and physically. So I don't really know how to go into it. For one, I was almost what you would call a forced diabetic. And what I mean by that, let me explain. Um, is basically what happened was for the last, about 4 years, I've drank a lot of pop every day. I've drank a lot, I don't know, I've ate a lot of cupcakes, Twinkies, Ho-Hos, Nutter Butters, Nutty Buddies. Uh, it's just junk. That's all I ate. So that kind of forced me into being a diabetic. And now that I'm off of all of that, I'm getting better on my own, even though I'm still doing things for my diabetes, taking pills for it. I was taking shots, the whole 9 yards. Um, I gained a lot of weight. Well, so far, since my heart attacks and finding out I'm a diabetic, I've lost over 50 pounds. Um, Probably more like 60 to 70 pounds I've lost. But so when I first got out of the hospital, and while I was in the hospital, I was taking shots. I don't recommend that for anybody. And if you're a diabetic and you have to do the shots, God bless you, because man, that was the hardest thing I ever did. But luckily now I'm just on a pill. Well, 2 pills. I'm on a very low dose of it compared to what everybody else takes. And my numbers are very low. I'm grateful for that and I'm thankful for that. But the diet. Now, each case is different, I'm sure. But for me, the diet is not horrible. It's not like I thought I was going to have to eat rice cakes for the rest of my life. No. So, one of the first things that they told me, just about all my doctors and all the nurses have told me, you can cheat. If you want to have McDonald's, say once a week, Taco Bell once a week or something, not both of them once a week, but one once a week, you can do that. I haven't, but I have had Subway. I did have a turkey sandwich from Subway, which is still pretty healthy. They'll put you on like a 60 carb diet, or, of course you want to watch all your sugar intakes and stuff. I can tell you that fruit can become your best friend. Fruit is pretty good. And I'm going to just tell you some of the things that I've come across, and won't be all of them, because I will do a separate video on all the stuff that I found that you can eat, that is. But I was a Pepsi-holic, I guess. I don't like Diet Pepsi, and I don't like Pepsi Zero or Pepsi One, whatever it's called. I don't like it, not at all. So I've switched routes to other things, and I'll tell you a few things that I found that I do like. And maybe you will too. Oh, my phone. So 3 drinks that I can think of. Well, actually 4 or 5 drinks, but 3 pops. Let's go with that. Cokes, Pepsis, whatever you call it, cold drinks, we call them pops. Okay, so 3 of them that I found is Sprite Zero. I thought I might have one, but right now I'm drinking water. Of course, water. Nothing can beat good old water. 7-Up Zero, A&W Zero, and Dr. Pepper Zero. Even Diet Dr. Pepper ain't too bad. But those 4 right there are close enough to that I don't miss having Pepsi. And before you knock them, try them. Because I did the same thing. Oh, I ain't drinking that. Oh, I ain't drinking that. They're not that bad. 7-Up Zero and Sprite Zero, to me, taste almost identical. Dr. Pepper Zero is better over ice for me, because once it gets warm, it starts having that zero taste. A&W Zero, it tastes normal to me. So then also look in your juice aisle. Welch's makes a diet juice. I know I got grape, and I know I got like cranberry something, cranberry kiwi or something. I can't tell them apart. And I drink a lot of juice, and I cannot tell them apart from the regular. They're sugar free, and they don't taste like they're sugar free. And then there are a couple cookies that I found that are sugar free that taste great. I mean, they're wafer style cookies. And like I said, I'll do a separate video on all this. I'll show them to you, the names, the brands, the prices, and blah, 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 blah. Um, there are other things out there that you can do to help yourself. Uh, I mean, there's even chocolate syrup that you can buy to add to your milk or over your ice cream. And there are. Now, I went. Goodness. I went from. I don't eat a lot of ice cream. I hear that you can have vanilla, that it's okay. It'd be more like a little cheat. But I don't. What I found is. Sherbet. Sorry, I was trying to think of what it was called. Uh, Sherbet's pretty good. And sherbet is good for diabetics, or at least research that I've done. Um, do your own research. The first time I went to Walmart, 4 hours, because I had to read every single label. Because you got to remember, not only am I diabetic, I'm also on a heart diet. A heart diet? A heart diet. Um, do your research. It's not as bad as what you think. It's pretty easy to stay under. I think it's a 60 carb diet. Uh, that's pretty easy to do for me. And I eat like chicken strips, breaded, French fries, unsalted, of course, because of the heart. Um, Miss Dash is my best friend. I like all of them. The Chipotle one that they have in Miss Dash, or Dash, I guess it's called now. It's a little spicy for me. But I love the garlic and herb. That, for me, replaces my salt. But anyways, I'm still eating fairly normal. But as far as being a diabetic, my biggest thing was I ate one time a day, and it was usually about 11 o'clock at night. And I ate a lot. So my biggest thing was proportions and 3 meals a day. I'll be honest, I'm still having problems with lunch. Breakfast, I can have a couple pieces of toast or a small bowl of cereal. Life cereal seems to be fairly decent for you. It's not the best in the world, but it's definitely not the worst. Um, just regular, cinnamon life. Because I went through the Rice Krispies. Ugh. I went through the Cheerios. Ugh, that's pretty good if you just want to chew on a piece of cardboard. I went through all of that, and I could stomach it, Rice Krispies and all that. I could stomach it, but I wasn't enjoying it. But I do like Life cereal. That happened to be one of my favorites anyways. Once again, proportion, proportion, proportion. I think that's a big, big, big thing for diabetics. Uh, Watch your proportions, watch your carbs, definitely watch your sugars. And you can do all of this. It's hard at first. The first month is going to be hard. Figuring out what you like, what you don't like, and start buying the light stuff. Like I found out that mustard is pretty much free. It doesn't hardly have anything in it. So, start replacing some things with bad things that you might be eating with mustard. Not saying eat mustard, but you can eat mustard on your sandwiches and it doesn't hurt. Um, like I said, I will do a video of foods that I found that I've liked, foods that I found that I haven't liked. Honestly, there hasn't been any of those yet, but I have some sugar-free pudding in the refrigerator that everybody keeps telling me I'm going to not like. So I think I've tried the Jell-O. I don't know, but I'll do a video on that. But basically, it's not going to be as bad as what you think. if you have any of the symptoms that I stated that I had before I found out, please go get it checked. If you read on having a heart attack, one of the number one leading reasons to have a heart attack is because you're a diabetic and you don't know it, or you're a diabetic and you don't follow your diet. You don't want a heart attack. I promise you that. I promise you don't want a heart attack. So do whatever you can. Um, Cut out as much sweets as you can. Cut out, as much calories and stuff as you can. Carbs. Cut out some carbs. Proportions. And I tell you one easy way to do it. Somebody told me this years ago, and I never listened. But when you sit down on a meal, let's say you're going to have steak, mashed potatoes, and corn. Cut off one strip of that steak. However long your steak is, about that wide. Take one big spoon of corn off. Take one big spoon of mashed potatoes off. Start small, but get your proportions down. Now, you're talking to a guy that could sit there and eat two steaks, uh, a bunch of fries, um, and a couple pops, and of course, have to have sweets afterwards. To where now, I can't even eat that much. For instance, uh, I've cheated, and of course, my doctor said it wasn't cheating, 3 times. And I went to Subway, and I got just a turkey sub, because it says in there to eat turkey. That's on my diet thing, to eat turkey. Well, I know turkey lunch meat isn't quite what they're talking about, but it's the best I could do at the time. So, I got a turkey sub, 6 inch. I put a bunch of extras on it. Pickles, which pickles aren't the best for you. But, lettuce, tomatoes. Tomatoes aren't the best for you either. So just kind of watch what you do. But, most of the condiments that you can get like that, get them put on there. Because all that lettuce and stuff, that's good for you. And it makes your sandwich taste better, in my opinion. Uh, so I did that, and I got a 6 inch. And I come home, and I get a little handful of chips that I buy for my heart because they're half salt. Um, and I ate it, and boy, I was full. Well, the next time I took the boys with me, and they both got 12 inches, and that's what I used to eat. I used to eat two 12-inch subs, and I got one, and I couldn't finish it. So I went from two 12-inch subs down to one 6-inch sub, and I'm more than full when I eat that. So that's just amazing. So proportions, watch your carbs. Is it carbs? Whatever it is. I don't think it's carbs. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, carbs. Uh, Watch your proportions, your carbs, your sugars. Watch all of that. And once you get used to doing it, to eating that way, healthier, your body will thank you. I promise you that. I've already been through that. I'm only 5 weeks into it. So I'm definitely not a professional. I'm still learning as I go. But it's the mentality part of it. Oh, God, I'm a diabetic. Oh, God, I'm not going to be able to eat good. Yes, you can. Uh, Excuse me. Like I said, hopefully you can just take a couple pills a day and keep it under control. Yes, you're going to have to check your blood every day. Twice a day for me for, let's see, 39, 40 some days. So there's over 80 finger pricks in these fingers just over the last 5 weeks. It's not that bad. I may have had 1 or 2 times that it actually hurt just a little bit. Maybe I hit a spot that I did earlier that morning or something. But for the most part, I don't even feel it. It will become habit to you, and it won't be that bad. So snap out of your depression about it. Get on with your life. Go to the store. Find stuff that you like. It's out there. I promise you that. And we'll also do a video on what I found that I like and what I dislike. So with all that being said, like I said, give it a couple weeks and things will start getting back to normal. And your body will thank you for it. You'll find out that you feel more rested. You'll have more energy. You don't crash after you eat. You'll find out a lot will change for you. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and even better tomorrow, and an awesome night. And please remember, if you guys got any questions or you want somebody to talk to about it, I'm not an expert, but I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Click that show more down at the bottom and send me an email. Ask me questions. I'll help you any way that I possibly can. With that being said, I think I've already said it, but I hope you guys have a great day and even better tomorrow and an awesome night. I only repeat it because I really mean it. And we'll see you guys on the next video or the next live stream. And please, please, please be safe. And I promise it'll get better.